are not as that bothered about the economic hardship that we have presently in Nigeria, or do you? I'm sure it will never affect someone like you.
Well, I don't understand what you are saying, because this hardship affects everybody. It affects the rich. It also affects the poor. So it is affecting all of us, because all of us are going to the same market. We are buying the same thing. And if you look at the rate of inflation today, as of last month, it's over 24%. So it's affecting all of us, because what you bought yesterday at a particular amount is not what you are going to buy at that same amount today. So the prices of goods and services have skyrocketed, and it's affecting all of us. So I'm affected too.
Well, just let me go straight to the business. But with this current hardship, when we talk about the economy hardship in Nigeria, it's Nigeria that we've been living in before. Since ages. Even though with this younger generation, we've read, we've seen. But what factors have contributed to the current forest prices in the country, and how can we resolve everything?
Okay, well, for you to fix your economy, for economy to be and functioning, there are certain factors that must be in place. One of those factors is the stability in foreign exchange. Your foreign exchange must be stable for you to have a virile economy. That's number one. Number two is that you need to have a mild inflation, not the kind of inflation that we have in Nigeria. The rate of unemployment must not be too high. It's very high in Nigeria. So, and of course, when you look at the production, a country that's going to do well must be a producing nation, not a consumer nation. But when you look, when you now assess Nigeria based on all these factors, you will see that we're not doing well based on all these factors. To answer your question directly, the foreign exchange rate is not favorable in Nigeria. It's not favorable in the sense that we are a consuming nation. We are not a producing nation. And most of the things that we have comparative advantage to produce in Nigeria, we also import them from other countries. What that means is that we look for dollars, we source for dollars, we buy those things through dollars. And whereas dollar is not our currency in Nigeria, Naira is our currency in Nigeria. We look for Naira to buy dollar, and we buy dollar at a very high rate, and of course, we buy those products into Nigeria. So it's essentially, when you look at our imports and our exports, we import more than what we export to other countries. And so if you have a situation like that, you are going to have what we call a deficit balance of payment, meaning that your figures for import is far higher than your figure for export. So that is, and of course, in Nigeria today, majority of us have this high propensity to buy foreign goods, to consume foreign goods. We don't believe so much in what we produce in Nigeria. There are some products that we produce in Nigeria that most of us don't even want to go near. We prefer to go for imported goods. Not because the imported goods are better in most of the instances, but because it's imported, and because we love those imported items, we buy them into the countries, and as we do that, we are devaluing our own Naira vis-a-vis the foreign currencies. So until we change our attitude, of becoming a producing nation and not a consuming nation, we will continue to have this problem of foreign exchange. We have schools in Nigeria here. We have so many schools in Nigeria. We are not promoting those schools. We love to have our education outside Nigeria. And of course, you need foreign exchange for you to be able to process your admission, for you to pay for your school fees and the rest of them.
It's not the fault of those people who are trying to study abroad. When we have a longer time to spend in Nigeria studying just 4-year course, you spend 7 years. I think you have to look elsewhere, not to waste your time.
Well, I do not blame those people that are traveling abroad. Because I also have people that are very close to me who are also traveling abroad. I have people that are also assisted to travel abroad.
But those ones choose the value of Naira.
I'm not blaming those people. I am blaming the system. In Nigeria, we have leadership problem. We are not lacking in terms of intellectuals in Nigeria. We are not lacking in terms of natural resources in Nigeria. We are not lacking in terms of our appetite for education. But we need leaders who will be able to bring all these things together for the benefit of Nigerians. And that is what we have been lacking over the years. Again, the issue of corruption has become an albatross for us in Nigeria. So once all those issues are there, we will continue to, God forbid, wallow in poverty. So I'm not blaming those people that are traveling abroad. I'm only telling you that that's one of the factors that is responsible for the high exchange rate that we have in Nigeria.
Okay. Let me, I have this someone on the Facebook page, on our Facebook page. You too, you can be part of the conversation by hitting up the number. 08159194247 is the right number to call into. 08159194247 is the right number to call into. And then don't forget, you can be part of the conversation by joining us on our Facebook page at MFM TV. I have with me in the house, I have Alhaji Abiola Alli, a financial expert to that. And then talking about economic hardship in Nigeria. On our Facebook page, I have Olumide saying economy has been on autopilot. Hardship to the masses is the only thing that is the familiar denominator since our chief accountant took over. Let's see the abracadabra these newly appointed ministers want to pull. Okay, talk about the appointed ministers. Yes sir, we just like yesterday, we have the list of people of the appointed ministers. I have, let me ask you, in terms of economy, in terms of finance, were you shocked by the names that were released and their portfolio in terms of economy and that of finance?
Well, I am not surprised. And let me also tell you very sincerely that most of the people that we have as our ministers, those ones that have just been appointed, they are very good people. They are good people. They have what it takes to man their different ministries.
Seriously?
I do not have any problem with them. But what I think I have problem with is what is the focus of the government? What has been the focus of our past government? What is the focus of this new government? Those people there, Wale Edun as finance minister and coordinating minister, Wale Edun is an intelligent, a very intelligent man. And we also have the likes of Adelabu from Oyo State.
Minister of Power, and you were not shocked and surprised.
I'm not shocked.
So he will put some abracadabra.
I'm not surprised. Well, people make this mistake because you are not an electrical engineer doesn't mean you cannot oversee power in Nigeria. Because the person there has acquired enormous experience before he was appointed as minister. And don't forget, Adelabu was a banker. Adelabu is a chartered accountant. And so, if you are a chartered accountant, and you are somebody who has been very experienced, you are somebody who has held various strategic positions in the country, I do not see any reason why you cannot man any ministry for that matter.
Because he's an accountant?
Because what you need is not your accountancy or any other qualification that you possess. What you need is the capacity to man that particular ministry very well and very effectively. That's exactly what you need. And so for somebody who has worked in so many areas, who has held various strategic positions, I do not see any reason why the person will not perform. Let me also tell you this, as a leader, you don't need to acquire all the degrees in the world. I'm not saying that you are not going to be educated. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying really is that for you to head a place, for you to man a place effectively, you need to have requisite experience. You need to have, you need to be well educated. You need to have focus on what you want to do. So as a leader, if it's in the Ministry of Power, for instance, his focus should be, how can we have electricity supply 100% in Nigeria? Even if you cannot have it 100%, let's even start with 60% or 70%. If that is the focus, okay, who are the people that will make it happen? Who are the people that will work it out, to make it happen? And so, as a person that is a visionary, his own is to ensure that he coordinates properly, to ensure that those people that will do one or two things, do it according to the terms agreed with them. So once they do it, all he needs to do is to ensure that he monitors very well. He monitors and ensures that at the end of the day, we have the desirable result. So that's essentially what he needs to do. So I do not have any problem with all the ministers that have been appointed. But I want to tell them that they cannot disappoint Nigerians, because we've had ministers in the past who have thoroughly disappointed Nigerians. And they're not even at this stage when we are now having more people in the poverty circle. Before Buhari left the office, Nigeria was the headquarters of poverty in the world. We don't want to continue to be headquarters of poverty in the world. We want to be headquarters of prosperity in the world. That's essentially what we should aim at. And so I want to believe that these ministers know where the shoe pinches. And I expect them to work accordingly to make sure that we do well in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Alhaji. Let me come from this angle. Don't you think the presidency, the federal government of Nigeria, both the legislators, they have already missed it by screening these people before giving them the portfolio? I think the portfolio should have been attached to, they should have been given a portfolio before they will be screened. So on what basis were they screened? Or what were the measures? They will just tell them, introduce yourself, let's know your resume, and then bow and go. I don't see these ministers as capable people that can drive this nation forward.
Well, it will be subjective on our conclusion when we say that they can't move, they won't move the nation forward. We should not judge them even when they have not started their work. We should rather monitor what they do, where they commit errors or where they don't do things right. We should not we should not keep quiet, but tell them what they should do right. Having said that, that the portfolio were not attacked before they were screened, I don't think that would mean anything. Because if you follow through the screening of the ministers, they distributed their profiles to the people, their resume. They questioned them on their resume. Apart from a few people that were asked to take a bow, they drilled them because a few of them were not successful even with the screening. So I don't see that one as an impediment to these people performing their responsibility. Once they have been given their portfolios, I'm sure before they were given portfolios, they must have had a meeting with the president, and the president must have told them what to do. The president must have even told them what he's expecting from them. And I also believe that they will also have the kind of measurement of their performance. So I'm sure all those things should have been done. We won't be told, you can't be told everything that happened. If you remember, if you follow through, when L5, for instance, when he was there for his training, there were whoos and cries as to what he did in the past and the rest of them. But the man told them that he had a private discussion with the president on what he would do when he becomes the minister. So I'm sure other ministers now would have had prior discussion with the president, and the president would have told them his expectations and the expectation of Nigerians from them. So I don't think you can take anything away from them. These people are good, they are very good. They've had several positions before, several specific positions before, and we do not have anything to say regarding their past performance. The majority of them did well when they were in their various offices. So I don't think we should have a problem with that. I think what we should have a problem with is what is the economic blueprint of the current administration. That should be our concern.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still coming to that, Alhaji. You know, presently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has the largest number of the cabinet in terms of minister presently, and then I have some names here with their portfolios. When we talk about Wale Edun, coordinating minister of the economy.
Let me quickly correct that. I don't know whether we have ever gone through the Constitution of Nigeria.
Okay.
Every state in the federation is entitled to a minister. There are 30 states in Nigeria. So what that means is that you are going to have 36 ministers coming from
Each state.
the state. And you're also going to have federal capital territory, which also has the status of a state. They also, so making it 37. Then we have geopolitical zone in Nigeria. You are going to have ministers of state from those places too. So I do not think that the number of ministers that we have currently is far more than what other presidents had when they were in their offices. So I think what President Tinubu is doing it in line with the requirement of our constitution, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's not as if he has done far more than what the constitution prescribed. So he hasn't done more than that. So what I mean is in line. What he has done is in tandem with the requirement of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I just felt I should correct that immediately. Thank you.
Okay. Well noted, Alhaji. But as I was saying earlier, I said we have these people. I have Wale Edun as the coordinating minister of the economy. We have Bumi Tunji as minister of marine and blue economy. And then I've forgotten his name, minister for digital economy. If I remember, I will quickly chip that one in. Minister for Digital Economy. My question is this: what should we expect from these ministers, both for digital economy, blue economy, and then that of coordinating minister of economy? What should we expect from them in order to drive the economy of Nigeria forward instead of all this reverse that our economy has been taking?
Well, instead of me to start asking the ministers, I would rather ask the president, because the president, in his own wisdom, appointed these ministers. And before he appointed them, he must have been satisfied with their past performance before he appointed them as the ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Instead of me to start asking the ministers, I would rather ask the president that what is the economic blueprint of this administration? What do I mean? Today, when you look at the statistics, they don't favor us in Nigeria. Number one, if you look at the rate of inflation that the last month was released, it was released last month. For last month, it was released recently. The rate of inflation is 24.08%. That is the rate of inflation. The rate of food inflation is above that, 25.2. That is the rate of food inflation. The rate of unemployment is far more than that. The rate of underemployment, that is also close to 40%. I mean, that is talking about people who are working currently, but they are working, they are not, they are working where they are not supposed to be working. Where they are working is lower than where they are supposed to be working. So that is also there. When you look at the rate of the petrol, the subsidy has been removed, and many of us, including myself, supported the idea that we should remove subsidy. I do not have any problem with that. But what I have problem with is, okay, you are going to save some money from the withdrawal of subsidy. What are you going to use the money for? A lot of people are suffering. Salary earners are suffering. Non-salary earners are suffering. The businesses are suffering. Manufacturing concerns are suffering. Many of our industries have relocated outside Nigeria because of poor power supply. So they have relocated. Many of the businesses that are working now are not able to pay salary because they are not making money. Why are they not making money? They are not making money because foreign exchange is at the highest level. Petrol price very high. Diesel price also very high. So where do they go from here? Many of them are closing shops. They are relocating to other countries where the environment is not as hostile as Nigeria. That is happening. Then so when you look at and the palliative that the government released the palliative as a result of the agitations from people. Workers are saying that they want minimum of 200,000 naira minimum wage. Some are saying 150,000 naira minimum wage. And there are states who are not able to pay 30,000 naira minimum wage. I mean, they want to move. Labour is saying let's move it to 150,000 naira or 200,000 naira, as the case may be. So you have all these agitations. We also have insecurity in Nigeria, and you have pockets of killings all over. Especially in the north. So you have all those issues there. When there is insecurity, foreign investors will not want to come to that environment.
Sure.
Foreign investors will come to an environment where there is peace and tranquility. That is where they want to have their business. So if foreign investors are not coming, and even the local investors, they are trying to relocate outside Nigeria. Our youths they want to travel outside Nigeria.
Okay, I think we lost that connection over there. But quickly, before we even end it on the show for today, I think I have this comment coming in from our Facebook page. I have Victor Odemlade saying Nigerians are traveling out daily for greener pastures. It is not fair. Nigeria should just be good again. And then all the promises these people made, it's not fair at all. They should just try and make Nigeria great and a better place for us to live again. I see your message once again. This is coming from Jedo Kulumide saying, when we were buying fuel for 100 naira, Gari for 250 naira per basket, rice for 8,500 naira or 9,000 naira. And Orobo, this one is car, okay, for 1.7 million, 2,000. Well, Italian shoe for 9,000 naira. Dollar was 200 naira there. This hypocrite said it was a very high and protested. Now all the above listed and lots more not listed is at least 5 times their current value. I won't use this word, is asking us to be patient. Same people would now say that 600 naira for fuel is okay, complained when Goodluck Jonathan went to remove subsidy so that fuel will be 120 naira. I want to believe we are trying to be emotional as far as that one is concerned. It seems as if we are trying to be emotional. Okay, I think lastly, even though our time is fast spent, we have him back on the show. We have him back on the call presently now. Nice to have you back, Sir Alhaji Ali.
Yes.
Okay.
So with all this myriad of challenges, what is the focus? What is the footprint of this government? We need to ask ourselves. 75 billion naira for 75 manufacturers, as contained in the list of palliative released by the president, is not enough. We need to empower those people that are going to produce in Nigeria. We need production, and production. We need to empower the manufacturing sectors. We have over 4,000 manufacturing farms in Nigeria.
Presently, and they are working well.
Picking only 75 out of 4,000 naira, to me, is a child's play. We have not started. We need to, if we want to revamp this economy, we must be determined. We must be prepared. We must be deliberate. We must be intentional for us to revamp the economy of Nigeria. It's only when we revamp the economy of Nigeria that we can alleviate poverty in Nigeria. If we don't do that, we won't be able to alleviate poverty, and agitations will continue in Nigeria. People will start asking for what the government cannot afford to give them. But what the government can afford to give them is to manage the economy very well, manage the exchange rate very well, manage where the subsidy, yes, the refineries are not working. Why can't we fix the refineries? If we're able to free refineries, we don't need to import fuel. We don't need to take our crude to other countries for them to refine and sell it back to us at exorbitant prices. We need to fix our refineries. When we refine refineries, we won't need to import fuel into this country. Number two is that we need to provide alternatives. Okay, we have removed subsidy. We don't have buses all over. If you travel abroad, they remove subsidy, but if you travel to UK, for instance, you have train everywhere. So it's not even compulsory for you to take your car. It's even expensive for you to take your car because public transport is available. So what are we doing in Nigeria? Most of our leaders have traveled outside Nigeria. They know what is happening over there. But why can't they do those things that they are experiencing in other countries? Why would they allow our best brains to leave this country? The youth, they are leaving the country en masse. Why go to embassies? You see a lot of them trying to procure visa. Why is it happening this way? In the past, people who were coming from all the way from Saudi Arabia, their Oba in that place, king, used to come to Nigeria for medical treatment at UCH Ibadan. What has happened to that? Look at so many of go to Olusola, most of the factories there are closed down. Where is the West African batteries of this world? Where is Leland of this world? We need to do something about all these concerns, all these manufacturing concerns. Let us revive them so that people can, there will be employment for our people. And people who don't need to start protesting. People protest because they believe government don't even care for them. The National Assembly people are earning exorbitant, they are collecting exorbitant money. And the people that voted for them are suffering. That is an irony, and that has to be corrected. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Even though you've said a lot, and our time is fast spent on the show for today. On behalf of the management of MFM TV, we sincerely appreciate your presence on the show for today, sir. Till next week, our Thursday, that will come your way on Bonnie issue. Olusola Ayobami is my name. Many thanks to Larry, the man who helped me behind the scene there. And then up next is Sport News in Yoruba.
Before you go, thank you very much. I want to appreciate the opportunity that you have given to me to speak on the burning issues in Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
Amen. Amen. All right. Jawose will come next. We come up next now. Immediately, I stand up from the seat and I say, have a pleasant good afternoon.